What's going on, guys? It's Taicowhite here for Team Card Fighters United for our very first new video in this comeback series. We're gonna take everyone's favorite units in Vanguard ever, which is mostly just the G units because we all miss G.
Isn't that crazy?
And we're gonna be putting them as ridelines in D series. And obviously, I'm here with your boy.
What, me? Yes, it is I, Xeo. God, Kono Dia. Kono Xeo da. There you go.
All right, so obviously, quick disclaimer: these are not real cards. In case you're wondering,
Not 100% real. We got the insider
we
leak.
We made these. We're not affiliated with Bushy Road.
Yeah.
Bushy-sama, please do not sue me. All the custom cards you'll see here today were made in a Photoshop template made by a homie that I don't remember the name of, but his link will be in the description for you to check out his YouTube and any of his magical Photoshop shenanigans you would like. And also, if you'd like to play with any of these cards, in the description there's going to be a link to the proxy sheets to print them out if you want to play them yourselves. Alright, so let's go ahead and get on to it with the Harri Ridelines starter.
Yes.
I'm gonna let Xeo take care of this Harri Rideline.
Oh, wow, because I used to play Pale Moon. Good old times. But yes, obviously, starting out, we have Happiness Collector, which is, as every other D unit says, when this unit is rode upon, if you win second, you draw a card. Crazy.
I mean, Happiness Collector is just the obvious choice for a Harri starter. Couldn't do anything else. And now to the grade 1 of the Rideline.
Yeah. Masquerade Bunny, when this unit is rode upon, call it to rear guard and you soul charge, and then in the soul, when this unit is regarded as 2 cards, which we'll get to why that continuous skill is like that.
This is very true, very important for later. Right now, it don't make much sense. So now the grade 2
is Card Dealer Jacqueline, which is when this unit is rode upon, soul charge 2, and if you have 1 or more triggers that were soul charge, or actually that are in the soul, then you draw a card.
Yeah, so it's even if you soul charge a trigger off of Masquerade Bunny, if there's a trigger in soul in general from any of those 3 soul charges, you'll get a draw.
Which is very helpful because D does not let you get cards normally. And then when this unit is put into your soul from rear guard, you may choose a card from your soul and add it to your hand. So just a good way of cycling cards out of your soul into your hand, which is very nice.
Because once again, D, 0 shield ever.
True.
Now on to the thing you guys are here for.
Masked Magician Harri. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, you counterblast, choose 3 cards from your soul with different grades and call them to rear guard. And then if you call 3 units, you may draw a card. Which is then, well, more hand size, and you get to, kind of get some extra board. And then its second skill is, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, you put all your rear guards into soul, create a Starry Pop Dragon token, and write it as stand.
Starry Pop Dragon token on the Vanguard, that's all some nonsense.
Well,
and you're right, it is some nonsense. So let's take a look at the boy himself.
Starry Pop Dragon token. Auto, Vanguard, when this unit attacks, it gains 2k for each card in soul, and then if this unit has 20k or greater, it gets an extra drive, so making it from twin drive to triple drive. And then at the end of the turn, you choose 1 card with Harri in its name, and you write it as stand, so you can at least go back to Harri, so it's not too weird.
Yeah, so we realized we were trying to make all these ridelines unique and feel very specific to the playstyles of those old G bosses. But I feel like the addition of Starry Pop was really big in Harri's identity, so it needed to be here in some form. And I feel like tokens is a really cool thing that they're doing a lot of now. There's a token deck in Storkea, there's a token deck now in what is the other one? Brantgate, there's token in Shaman King. So I realized that Dark States didn't have one yet, and I also realized that we've never had an ability to put a token on the Vanguard, so I thought that would be really interesting. So now, briefly, we can explain some of the skills of the previous cards in conjunction with this card.
That is true.
Now this one makes a lot more sense.
It is it counts as 2 in case you just don't. For early game, it's good to, as some things I don't really have anything that I really want to call out, but at least you can call this out. And you can still get stuff to work. And it's So that technically each one of these would give 4K to Starry Pop.
Yeah, and then like obviously with Jacqueline, you are gonna lose a card from your soul when you put one into your hand for power. So you have to make that choice of, is that the last card I need to get the extra drive, or if it's not, then do I want to pop it in my hand, lose 2K, but have some extra hand presence? So yeah, honestly, overall, it'll make Harri kind of a bulky, slightly offensive deck. It's got a lot of plussing, but Dark State's also, like, if you're soul charging, that can end up hurting you in the long run. So it's not going to be busted or anything. We had a different variation of Harri that we tested for a little bit. Xeo was not there for, and it was broken. It was really, really bad broken. We might tell you about that later. Well, maybe we'll do a reject video.
Possibly.
All right, so now on to why I'm here. It's time for the Nightrose ride line. Starting with your boy, Captain Night Kid. Now, I know, not Greenock. Greenock came out with Nightrose. I decided to do this one instead. I feel like he kind of fits Nightrose's aesthetic a little better, and obviously I also just really love this starter. It's my favorite starter in Grand Blue. I mean, just look at the boy. Look at the boy, he's there.
Yeah, standard, he's not a boy, he's a kid.
What? Okay. Standard generic D starter skill. When it's run upon, if you want second, draw a card. Now, the grade 1. Tommy the Ghosty Brothers. Whenever they're placed on Vanguard, you can take the top 3 cards of your deck instead of a drop. To choose 1 card from drop, pop into your hand. Very similar to Greed Shade, except you're not having to drop the card beforehand. So that's positive. And then, whenever he's in drop, when you Alchemagic, hint to what Nightrose is going to do, you can Soul Blast 1 and call this card to Rearguard, and this unit gains 5K. So, extra call from drop stuff. I know it's going to be, oh no, Nightrose is just going to be another Zorga, but not quite. On to the very edgy boy himself, Columbar. Whenever he's placed by riding onto Tommy Brothers, you can discard the top 4 cards of your deck, and then if a trigger unit was discarded this way, you can draw a card. And then from drop, whenever you would Alchemagic, you can Counterblast 1, call this card to Rearguard, and it gets plus 5,000 to the end of the turn. Very similar to Tommy, except this was a Counterblast instead of a Soul Blast. So 2 different ways to use your 2 different resources.
And more
and
draw.
Then, oh yeah, for sure. And then the main attraction. Nightrose. Very short, very simple skill, but it does a lot. Whenever you play an order during your turn, this unit gains the ability of Auto on Vanguard. When this unit attacks, you may use the effect of an order you played this turn without paying its cost. This is regarded as Alchemagic. So now, whenever you're playing an order, you basically get to play it twice. But they proc at 2 different times. So like if you have an order that's going to call something onto your board, you do it once to put something on board in your main phase, and then when she attacks, you get an extra attack off of it when she procs it again, which is also Alchemagic, which can then make these boys call out. So she's going to be a 5 attack deck, which is been really nice to play test. Oh yeah.
But you also have like the versatility, just because one, you're in Stoicheia, so you have just a bunch of extra orders and just a lot of different things that you can do. So it's a very like versatile kind of pick what you need at the time. But more than likely you're gonna be getting the multi-attack stuff.
Which the good thing about that is there are probably like some stronger multi-attacks you can get off with some better units if you go with something like just some of your bigger Stoicheia units off of like a call order instead of just relying on Columbard and Tommy. But if you want to use other orders that do other things like power up your board, or even there's like a really good one is the one that's discard a card or discard an order to gain a drive, and then that makes Nightrose a quad drive, which is like really good for plussing. Because also, do not forget, without on here, you don't have to pay the cost the second time, which is a really huge benefit. The deck feels really nice, but it's not once felt overpowered. I think it actually lost a majority of the fights that it had with some of the other decks that we're making right now. But they were almost always obnoxiously close. Usually came down to not quite having enough shields as D.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Who knows? Maybe like if we take another look at this, like maybe if we get some feedback, because honestly, we would like to hear feedback and help with like maybe some future suggestions or stuff like that, because that's the fun part, is that this is all just custom, so we can always go back and re-look at it like how we did with Harri. And who knows, maybe we might put a thing that says like 5k to the stuff on board when you Alchemagic the second time. I don't know.
Yeah, like there's a lot of different options that you can do with it. But so basically that's it for the video today, guys. We're going to be trying to get out one of these videos every week. We're already working on the cards for the second one. Go ahead and let us know in the comments what cards you want to see from the G era come back into D series. And like I said, down below, check out the channel that we got this, the whole proxy making thing from. Make sure to give them a like and subscribe on there. And print out those proxies and let us know the kind of deck builds and stuff you make with these cards. Hopefully it'll be really fun. Yeah. And I think that's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.